Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Everything is just beautiful.
He's on the hunt for weird and wonderful objects.
What a thing. It's carved timber.
This week, crossing the country from Derbyshire and Henley-on-Thames to the Cotswolds.
Your receptionist's looking a bit rough, isn't she?
Drew's ready for some tough bargaining.
Look out, he's armed.
He's armed and dangerous.
And he discovers a piece of treasure that's had a brush with disaster.
There's a major problem. Yeah. Somebody has thrown French polish all over it. But it's a really good thing. Underneath there, it's a nice thing.
With help from his team,
I can see some gold.
Drew draws on decades of experience to discover the extraordinary and the unique.
This is the stuff that really gets me excited.
Sometimes the best items are not to be found in showrooms or storerooms. Instead, they're tucked away in dealers' homes, which is exactly where Drew puts all the objects he can't bear to part with. So when Drew's offered an invitation to a fellow dealer's home, he never says no.
Dealers tend to keep the best things at home. They do. They just do. That's why I love to go to my mate's dealers' houses and you go, look at that. He goes, oh, yeah, not for sale. And that's sort of like mine. If something ends up at my house, it generally means I'm keeping it for a long time. Sometimes you go to dealers' houses because everything's for sale, but you still got to walk in with your eyes open.
Drew and T are fortunate to start their buying trip with an invitation to a dealership in a private home 180 miles southeast of Conwy.
Today we are off to Chipping Campden in the loveliness of the Cotswolds, and we're off to meet Robert and Rachel, who are fairly new dealers. They run Kendall House Antiques, and it's from their house.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Do you know I love the Cotswolds like ridiculously, but I just love everything about it.
I think you love the Cotswolds in the same way as I love the M6 toll.
You love the M6 toll?
Oh, if it's possible to love a motorway, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why do you love the M6 toll?
Because people drive properly on it. People don't sit in the middle lane, they don't sit in the outside lane.
So I've got an outstanding area of natural beauty, and you've got a motorway.
Yep.
That's
Well, the M6 toll might go through an area that used to be an area of outstanding beauty.
Originally a new town, created in the late 12th century, Chipping Campden was granted a market charter, earning it the name Chipping, which means market in Old English. It became an important centre in the medieval wool trade, allowing the wealthy inhabitants to build beautiful houses from the local Cotswold stone. In later centuries, many medieval cottages received a makeover, and behind some of the Georgian facades lie much older medieval half-timbered structures. Located on the high street in an 18th century house, Kendall House Antiques is run by partners Robert Chinnery and Rachel Jones.
We opened the business about 10 weeks ago, so it's all very new and exciting and enjoying what we're doing. We started the business later on in life, so we had a bit of catch-up to do, but I'm sure we've bought some nice things that people will like.
And we buy them for ourselves as well, so if ever we bought some and it never sold, we'd be very happy. Well, we are looking forward to Drew and T coming today.
He does buy quite a few different items, so hopefully there's something that he'll like.
Hello, Robert.
Hello. That's it.
Drew, how you doing? Hello.
Hello, Rachel.
How are we?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can we have a look inside?
Yeah, please come in.
Yes, get out the heat.
It's only small, but
That's all right.
please come
So are
in.
we. Wow, lovely.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
This is fab. It's not what I expected at all.
You've got a bit of room spare there. You could have got more stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's lovely. It's lovely. So, I mean, you live here?
Yeah, we live here.
OK.
This used to be the living room. We've moved upstairs.
OK. It looks great. Do you know if you walk in somewhere and you go, this is like a rich environment, like lots of colour and everything hitting you, this is great.
Your receptionist's looking a bit rough, isn't she?
The receptionist, she ain't been... she's not eating a lot.
We're with Robert and Rachel, and they're running their antiques business from their house. It's great. They've really gone for it. They're fairly new to the business. They've been antique collectors for years, and they're doing what they love. All the stuff here is really punchy, good things. I mean, it's a mixed bag, isn't it, in here? You've got all sorts of stuff in here. Can I open this?
Yeah, of course you can.
What's this? was looking at.
I think the sword's meant to be broken. The man lost it in battle, I think.
OK, Grand Tour plaster arm of the Borghese Gladiator, impressed C. Smith, London. There's one thing that catches my eye in the cupboard there, and it's a plaster arm. There was 2 or 3 big firms turning these out, 2 in London. That's one of them, and it's signed. Signed with an address on it, so we can pin it down fairly easily. Looking at it, I think it's very late 19th, early 20th century. Looking at it, that's where I think it is. And it's definitely something that I'd like to buy. It's nice.
Yeah, it's got a feel to it.
What are you asking for it? OK.
What am I asking for it? What was on the ticket?
1600. Yeah. It's going back in the box.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's very nice, though.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's the nicest thing I've
You
seen.
can always bid me, Drew, don't you?
I will do, but I don't want
ever
to.
be
I don't want to
afraid.
fall out with you immediately.
You won't fall out with me.
Okay, it's a very nice thing. I'm not sure if there's a profit left in that for me. Can we come back to it?
Yeah, of course we
Let's
can.
have a think. It's £1,600. That's a bit more than I think I can get for it, but it's a nice one. So I don't want to go both feet in straight away and start cutting him in half and lopping bits off this, that, and the other. I want to give myself time to think and just go through and see if there's any other bits I can sort of put together, maybe. I don't know. But right now, it doesn't feel right just to jump in straight away and start giving prices. We'll just wait. So you've always bought antiques for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, can't buy anything new. It's
Yep.
the best form of recycling. I can't have a new item. Because we buy the stuff for ourselves, really,
We
don't
do,
we?
yeah.
It's the best thing you can possibly do. OK, can we have a look? There's more through here, yeah?
Go through. After you.
It's very smart in here.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I'm glad you like it.
No, it's nice. OK. So you used to live in this bit?
Yeah, downstairs, yeah. This
Mind
is-
if I have a sit down?
Yeah, not at all, am we?
Yeah. It's nice. I can see your sort of taste. You like good things.
Yeah.
That people have spent time and effort on, and they've got a bit of heart. Which bits do you pick? Or do you do it jointly between you?
I like the arts and crafts.
Do you?
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
which, funnily enough, we've sold more of since we've been open.
Just saying.
Than anything else.
You're just saying, are you? Just letting you know,
Just
right?
letting you
All
know,
right,
yeah.
I'm selling more
But
than you are.
normally Rob does all the buying.
I like your little cards. So, circa 1850, English country house tabletop cabinet mahogany with inset bone plaque.
What does it say on the top? I can't see from here.
Bills and letters.
Funny surname.
And the best thing on this that I really like is the paper labels.
Yeah.
I really like that. Another thing I'm looking at is this wonderful country house tabletop mailbox. So remember before emails existed, you'd write letters, even I remember this, and you'd post them out. So if you were running a very large country house or a business, you wrote a lot of letters. And that is a box where you would put your letters and you'd lock it up when you were finished with them.
This useful mahogany letterbox and organiser was probably made on a busy country estate in the early 1800s. They used a variety of hinges and locks which were repurposed from other pieces of furniture to make this bespoke item that could be worth up to £600.
This one, you've got £650 on it. What can you do? I know where I'd like to be. I'd be happy to pay £400 for it.
Yeah. You'd have to be 450. I couldn't do it any better than that.
OK. Needs to be no questions asked, nothing to do.
Nothing at
On
all.
the money. Yes, all right, fine. Yeah, I can make a little money. Thank you.
OK,
I can
thank
make
you.
a little bit of money on that one. This one's lovely because the more you look at it, the more it tells you. So it's got a lock on it, so you'd put private things in there. It's got a handle on top, so you could carry it around with you as well. And what really gives it that value is that wonderful piece of bone on the top with the letters etched into the top there and dyed with some ink. It'll sell well, put a little bit of profit on it, move it on. The plaster arm.
All right, yeah.
How negotiable is that? Because it's a lot at the minute.
Yeah,
It's more than I could get for it.
OK. Do you want to go and have another look at it?
Can
And,
do, yeah. Or I can bring it through, whichever you prefer.
yeah, or bring it through, and I'll...
I'll go and get it. I'll go and get it.
Yeah,
Let me go and
OK.
get it. Yeah. Desperately trying not to trip.
Look out, he's armed.
He's armed and dangerous.
That's very good. So it looks, it's dead on right. It's dead right. Absolutely dead right. Marked up. Lovely.
The hand's very good, isn't it?
Yeah. The colour's good, you know. But it's all the money. What can it be?
1,200 quid.
T, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Can you hold it on that wall?
The muscles on the arm, they're well formed, aren't they?
It's great.
Yeah, this is quite good as well.
Will a grand buy it?
No, sorry. I'd love to sell it for £1,000, but it owes a tad more than that.
Drew and T are in the Cotswolds, visiting a private home that doubles as an antiques business.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
This is fab. It's not what I expected at all.
Drew's taken a shine to a pricey plaster replica of an arm copied from a classical sculpture.
Will a grand buy it?
No, sorry. I'd love to sell it for £1,000, but it owes a tad more than that.
11.50.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah?
Go on then. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's nice to see you go out on a limb.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you? How long have you been waiting?
They're going to sort money in a minute and I can say it.
It's a very nice item. Very nice item. A lot of these are damaged, got bits missing, old repairs, etc., etc. This has got nothing wrong with it. It's in perfect condition. It's got the correct little wire hanger built in at the top, and it is clearly marked by the maker. That really helps. And it's just a good thing. So, £1,150, we own it. Well, did you say you've got an outbuilding? Can
Yes?
we have a look in there?
Yeah, of course you can. This is the kitchen. And I've got my little eye on you, look.
That's great. Did you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a knot there, so I just drilled it out and dropped it in.
I love that.
Good.
That's brilliant. Loving your garden.
Yeah, it's great.
And this is, oh, I like this. You've done a really nice job on everything. I like it. And you've left that. I like that too.
Yeah, it's a lovely door, isn't it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Ah, OK. So what's the deal with this, like? It's your workshop?
It's just my workshop, yeah. I've tidied it for you.
What are you doing with all this stuff, then? Is it for sale or are you using it? or what
Yeah,
are you doing?
it can be for sale, yeah. It's just my workbench and the drawers I use.
They're a bit hammered, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They've been cut in half as well. They've cut them up.
Yeah.
It's nice, though, the fitting. CG, you don't know where that came from? CG.
No, I don't.
It's not bad.
It's certainly got a look, hasn't it?
Yeah. So we now come into Robert's workshop, and as soon as I walk in, something grabs me, and it's a big bank of drawers. These are something I've bought forever. They're instantly attractive. Whatever you do with them, in any interior, they look cool. Now, I'm looking at this thinking, ding dong, here we go, lovely, love this.
This large bank of office drawers dating from the early 20th century is made of oak with handsome cast bronze handles with the letters C and G embossed on them. The top and the base are in good, though worn condition, and once renovated, these drawers could be worth up to £2,000.
It's an interesting thing. It's just, what are you going to put your screwdrivers in?
I'll probably spend £1,000 on boxes.
What do you want for it?
£1,100.
Yeah, all right, £1,100 sold.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It needs a fair bit doing. There's just one drawer that's sort of thrown everything out, but apart from that, we're all right.
They're a bit, some of them a bit sticky, but...
That's okay. That's all right. I like that.
You know, sticky drawers you go for every time, though, don't you? It's...
We'll get it back to the workshop, give it to my restorer, Pip, and give him about 4 days on this to get it just right, but we'll keep it that wonderful, dry, untouched colour, and we'll keep all the numbers that are written all over it as well. And we've got something really very, very saleable. Really saleable, trust me. Kendall House Antiques today has been, honestly, a really enjoyable, lovely day. Meeting the guys has been a real joy. They've made a beautiful job of the showroom. Hats off to them. Until you try and do that, you don't realise just how much work it takes. That's a lot of hard work. For me, the buy of the day is the large cabinet with all the drawers, because it's exciting. It's like finding an old car in a barn. You look at it and it's full of expectation and full of potential. And that cabinet is. I'm going to end up with something very, very beautiful and incredibly saleable.
We've had a great day.
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable.
We didn't expect him to buy as much as he did, so we're very happy with that. And it's been an absolute pleasure, and we've enjoyed every moment of it.
That was good. I enjoyed that. What lovely people.
Yes.
Incredibly enthusiastic. Really, really keen. Look at this place, it's beautiful. They've picked a beautiful village to be in. Bought good things. The Arm, really nice. There's not a lot of money in the Arm.
Did you check?
Yeah, but we should sell it handy.
Yeah.
That big oak cabinet. What did you do with all this stuff you tipped out?
He got lots of cardboard boxes. He was very organised till we bought that.
We made a mess of his shed.
Yes.
It's not the first time.
Intrigued by the mystery of Drew's disembodied plaster arm, which seems to evoke a virile, muscly hero of ancient Greece, Rebecca is off to a surprising location to find out more.
I love a bit of detective work, and this arm that Drew's bought from Kendall Antiques has really fired up my imagination. It's just so beautiful and decorative. I mean, over the years, we've had many reimaginings of whole sculptures. So to research a fragment is quite difficult, and that's why I've come all the way to Whitby.
Rebecca's research has revealed a complete replica of this ancient Greek sculpture may be found.
Danny.
Hello. Welcome to Whitby.
She's enlisted the help of Danny Hardman from English Heritage.
What a view.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? But there's something over here that I want to show you as well.
So here it is. It's stunning, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Well, I think this could be our chap, actually. I mean, look at the way he's holding that broken sword. Because if I show you my pictures, you will see there is
I see.
arm. We've got the vein element, clutching.
Yeah.
It looks very, doesn't it?
Very, very similar.
Yes,
It's the vein that does it. It's the vein
It
that's
is,
in the
it's
exact same
veins,
place.
yes. So what can you tell me about this chap?
Well, this is Whitby's Borghese Gladiator, and it's a sort of a copy of a copy. But the original dates back to about 100 BC, and it was found in what is today Turkey, but would have been ancient Greece. And it sort of moved around Europe quite a lot as sort of armies came in, stole it, moved it on. And then in about the 1600s, it ended up in a villa in Rome called the Villa Borghese, which is where it now gets its name from. And it was actually Camillo Borghese who sold it to the brother-in-law, who was Napoleon Bonaparte, who you might have heard of.
I have.
He picked it up, boxed it up, moved it back to Paris and put it in the Louvre, where it still is today.
This ancient Greek masterpiece was so widely admired that countless copies were made, including one for Charles I. Another keen admirer of the piece was Sir Hugh Cholmondeley of Whitby, who ordered a copy of his own.
So Hugh Cholmondeley II, when he built his new house, basically wanted to copy it and have one of his own. And sort of, oh, look how wonderful. Oh, I happen to have one of these as well. You've got one of these, I've got one of these. Aren't we so cultured?
So that's how he ended up here. I'm just a fountain of knowledge now, and very enthused by seeing this chap in the flesh with both arms.
With both arms,
Yeah.
Yep.
For their next stop, the boys are travelling 85 miles north, where they've been given exclusive access to another private collection. This time, it's a restorer and dealer's stash at his home in the Peak District.
Right, so we're in Derbyshire and we're off to see a guy called Tim who runs a business called Beautiful Things. He's been collecting his whole life, started restoring years ago, and he has some stuff at home. So we're going to go and see him there first, but I believe he's got a retail outlet as well. So ideally, we're going to go and see both today.
Located 8 miles north of Derby, Belper is a thriving market town. It is thought that it was once known by the Anglo-Saxon name Bradley, which the Normans renamed Beau Repair, or Beautiful Retreat. In the early 19th century, this area became the cradle of the Industrial Revolution, when Jedediah Strutt built the first cotton mills here in 1780. It is in one of Belper's old mills that Beautiful Things is located. But the boys are starting their visit 15 miles north of the town, at the home of owner Tim Cross.
I'm an engineer, ex-engineer now, retired last year to fulfil my dream of restoring and buying and selling antiques. My dad was my inspiration, and my dad always used to love restoring furniture and things. And I found myself in a position where I'd pick that up from him, and it just came from there. And then naturally, I sort of fell into antiques and my love of all old things. So I invited Drew and T over, really, because there's quite a lot of stuff in my workshop that I haven't worked on yet, and I know he likes to buy something that he's doing at work. So, you know, I think it's going to be quite exciting.
There you go. This is the place, I think.
Is anyone in? Hello, how are we doing?
Tim.
Hi.
How you
Nice to
doing?
meet you.
Can we come and have a look?
Yeah, you find the place okay?
Yeah, no problem. Well, they say no problem. It's the middle of nowhere. OK, so your workshop.
Yeah. So this is where the magic happens. I restore, bit of carving, French polishing, that sort of thing.
All right.
Love working with wood.
There's more in there?
Lots more in here. There we go.
Lots more in here.
Lots more in here. So this is my main storage area, where some of it is stuff that's ready to go in the shop that just haven't got space in the shop.
OK.
A lot of it is waiting for restoration.
That's OK. That's yeah. Well, you've got if you can restore it yourself, that's where your money's made, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you're adding value all the time. Today, we're coming to see a guy called Tim, who runs a business called Beautiful Things. But first, we're coming to his house because this is where the unrestored stuff is. This is where, you know, he does the bit of magic that makes things saleable. So, yeah, keen to see what's here. Well, you know, I'm in the mood to buy all the time. I'm always after things that... I'm prepared to take stuff that needs work. I've got my own restorer in the house. So we take stuff as is. I'm not bothered, really. Yeah. And there's a table there.
Yes.
That table there.
Hexagonal one.
Yeah. Can we take this off?
Yeah, sure. All I've done with it, to be honest, is given it a good degrease and then refinish polish.
It's difficult to see in this light, being honest with you. I just need to see it outside it. Watch that spandrel. There's a spandrel coming off it.
Just watch the loose bit. Yep.
Yeah, make sure the spaniel doesn't run away.
The spaniel.
Spandrel. As I'm poking around, I stick my head around the back of an old chest of drawers, and I recognise something that I buy regularly, which is a side table or occasional table. It's one of the most useful pieces of furniture. Like a chest on chest, like a good desk, a side table is just useful all the time.
Dating from around 1900, this mahogany octagonal table is in the aesthetic style, an artistic movement that believed beauty in everyday life was essential. Some elements will need attention, such as the spandrels crossing between the legs. However, it has enough original features, including the casters, to make it of interest. Sympathetically restored, it could be worth around £400.
OK. What do you want for it?
I'll let you have that for 150.
There's work to be done there,
yeah.
I'm afraid. It's too much money.
Make me an offer.
Drew and T have got exclusive access to a dealer and restorer's private collection in the Peak District.
So this is where the magic happens. I restore, French polishing, that sort of thing.
And Drew is interested in a table that's in need of major restoration.
I'll let you have that for 150.
It's too much money.
Make me an offer.
£100, that's it.
Yeah, OK.
Deal?
Yeah, deal.
Fine, all right. You can get a lot of tables that look like that. And some of them are sort of £1,500, £2,500. And they look very similar, but the quality's better. You get that look, but without the big bucks, but you don't get the quality either. It's going to have to be repainted, it's going to have to be sanded and then polished, waxed. And there's some other bits that need doing to it. $395. So it's not a massive profit in there. That's why you've got to buy those cheap. Got to buy them cheap, because there just isn't enough money in that one.
After loading the table on the van, Drew and T head down to Belper to visit Tim's showroom in an old corn mill.
So is it all of the building?
So it's just one floor on the first floor at the back.
OK.
So we have quite a big area.
Big building.
Yeah, 4 stories.
Right, so this is yours then?
This is Beautiful Things.
Oh, you've got quite a large place.
Yeah. Yes.
Quite a large bit. How long have you been here?
2 years. 2
Oh,
years
well, it's working then, isn't it? If you've been here for 2 years, it's working.
Yeah, I mean, making as much as I was as an employed person.
Really?
So, yeah.
So Tim has now brought us down to his retail unit, which is in Derwent Mill Antique Centre. It's very well laid out, colourful, lots of lighting, stained glass windows, decoration, all sorts of stuff. I really like this.
Oh, now.
Tell me about this.
It's Murano. I call it the candy vase. I happen to really love that as well. It's just the way it catches the light, you know, the fun of it being candy
So it
striped.
reminds me of Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat.
Yes.
It's what he'd have at home. It's what Dr. Seuss's flower vase. One thing immediately catches my eye, and surprise, surprise, it's a piece of red glass, as usual. This one is a Murano tall stemmed vase with a flash of opaline glass across the surface, particularly nicely turned. Probably looking at it, late 40s, early 50s. Good quality, no chips, no nibbles, no repairs, no cracks. Nice, very nice.
The tiny Venetian island of Murano was established as a bastion of glassmaking from the 13th century. Its isolated location meant that the secrets of the industry could be kept hidden, and the risk of fire from constant burning furnaces was kept to a minimum. In the 20th century, the Murano glassmakers embraced innovative new designs. This tall red and white striped vase was handcrafted in the mid-20th century. It could be worth up to £300.
How much have you got on it? 95?
Yep.
How much would you take for that today?
I'll let you hope for 75.
That's very good of you. I'll take that, thank you.
Fantastic.
That's rather lovely. I really like that. I really, really like that. That's fab. 95, Tim knocks it down to me at 75. Happy days. Buy that all day long for that. It's just got it. It has it all because it's a piece that will stand alone. You can put a plant in it if you want, but you really don't have to. It's great looking, whatever you do with it. Can we have a look around the rest of the mill while we're here?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Because there are any more dealers here?
Yeah, there's 38 of us in total.
Right, OK. Well, that's going to take some time, isn't it?
Yes.
I knew it was an antique centre, but I didn't realise it was this big. So what have we got here?
So this is John. He's my neighbour.
John, hiya. How you doing?
Hiya, how are you doing?
All
All
right.
right.
Can we have a quick look round?
Help yourself.
So, very traditional.
Yeah.
Have you got more space through
More
here?
space through there.
Have a look through there as well?
the door. Yeah, sure.
Oh, good room.
It's almost like a cathedral sort of style roof.
I do love these things. I mean, they were turned out by the tens of thousands, but I just really like them. Pair of Coromandel elephant book ends, circa 1960. They're all right. It's just checking for damage and missing, and then obviously you don't want real ivory, which they're not.
No.
Which is great. One's wood, one's bone.
Yeah. As far as I remember, there's no damage or anything like that, no.
Surprise, surprise, spot a couple of elephant bookends. They're in beautiful condition. They've not been messed around with too much. You know, I like them. I've always bought them. I've got this thing about buying things with elephants on. Somebody else must have done because there's thousands of them out there. And those two little pieces over there, inexpensive, stylish, particularly well made, nice timber, highly original. Everything you want, really, in a piece. Yeah, got all their toenails, all their eyes. You got 150 on them, what can you do? If anything? You don't have to give me any. You don't have to give us money off, you know that, don't you?
No,
I'd like you to.
I know.
You don't have to.
Yeah. To you, it could be 125.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we'll have those. Marvellous. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then what it is about elephants.
Always elephants.
Always elephants.
We haven't bought any of them for a while, though.
I know. Asking 150, paid 125. Fine, a little bit of trade discount goes a long way when you buy sort of 20, 30 things in a day. And I need pieces like that, as well as, you know, £20,000 tables. I do need smaller pieces. You know, if you can't afford one of the really top bits, you can have these, and there's nothing wrong with them. The quality is still there. It's like a sort of gateway drug into the antiques world. Today we came out to see Tim, but ended up in an antique centre. I mean, you can plan all you like in the antiques business and say, right, today I'm going to drive to there and I am going to buy this. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. You can drive there, but you'll probably not buy the thing you thought you were going to buy. This stuff does not appear by magic. You have to go and look for it. But it's worth it when you find that wonderful thing.
Spending the day with Joe and T today has been fantastic. You know, learning from one of the masters of the business, it's been amazing. And yeah, I hope he comes back again.
Well, there you go. That was all right, wasn't it?
Very good.
So we bought a vase from Italy, 2 elephants from the east. Yeah, I mean, strange, odd,
Yes.
different.
From a lovely town in Derbyshire.
Yeah, from a mill in Derbyshire. Yeah, and then meeting Tim, obviously going to his house. I mean, we got one table, more of an icebreaker, really. You know, it's sort of, you know, it's not the best table in the world and it needs work, but for 100 quid, it does two things. It keeps my restorer employed for a day and it gives us a little bit of profit.
For their final peek behind the scenes into a dealer's secret stash, the boys have been invited 130 miles further south, to Henley-on-Thames in Oxfordshire.
We're on our way to Nick Huff Robbins, and he's a dealer who has recently closed his shop, and I think he's having a bit of a clear out, a rethink and a restart and a refresh. But anyway, we're on the way to his house, and he's got some storage and barns and whatever, all sorts of stuff at his house that we're going to have a look at.
Excellent.
With its world-famous rowing regatta and riverside location, Henley-on-Thames is one of the most well-heeled towns in England. First recorded in 1179, Henley became prosperous in the 17th and 18th centuries, and its fine five-arched bridge dates from this time, as do the many Georgian shopfronts on the High Street. A few miles north of town in the Chiltern Hills lies the home of antique dealer Nick Huff Robbins.
So I've been dealing for about 4 or 5 years now. I was actually in a completely different industry. I was in oil and gas and just had enough of it, really, and reached a point where I wanted to do something different. I sat down with my wife and we decided to really go for it. We actually opened a shop in Henley, which was a very expensive, I wouldn't call it a mistake, but a very expensive learning. So what I'm trying to do now is I want to be more refined in what we do, more high-end and proper, real, genuine antiques. So hopefully there's stuff in there that's interesting. And it's always an experience, I think, learning from someone else as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Nick.
How are you doing?
How are we doing?
All right, nice to meet you.
Come on in.
Look forward to this. Ah, right, OK, so you've got some stuff in the house too.
We have plenty of stuff in the house. We've got 3 storage units scattered around.
Yeah,
so, yeah, we can start here and then work our way through.
That is literally a foot long, isn't it?
That's 2 foot long.
That's really nice.
That is nice, isn't it? So what's the deal in here? Is anything for sale?
Everything's for sale. Basically, we had a shop in Henley.
Yeah.
We closed that down about 4 or 5 months ago, and then we've sold off a lot of stock. What I'm trying to do now is we started off with, you know, smaller items. Now I'm trying to really refine it and get better quality pieces. So like the chest on chest. Okay. Oyster veneer.
Yeah.
It's had work done on it, as you can probably see.
Yeah. Oh man, has it ever?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much is this?
I've actually put it to a couple of leading auction houses, and I had estimates between 6,000 and 8,000 on it.
Yeah, not in that state, wouldn't. Have they actually seen it in the flesh?
No, not in the flesh. No, they've seen pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a major problem.
Yeah.
Somebody has thrown French polish all over it.
Okay.
But interesting. Today I am with dealer Nick Huff Robbins, and we're in his house. Walk through the door, there's a load of nice plaster pieces and carvings and turning, and then I'm struck by a beautiful oyster veneered chest on chest. There's a lot wrong with it, and there's a lot right with it as well. So it's like, I always equate them to cars because it's the easiest way to do it. So say if you've got a Rolls Royce, right? You've got this beautiful Rolls Royce, and it's made beautifully, and they're so elegant and simplistic. And then somebody's gone, do you know what? I don't like the colour. Get me some varnish. Get me some varnish. I'm just going to varnish over the top of it and change the colour. And then I don't like the door handles on this car. Let's get them changed. I don't like the wheels. Let's change the wheels. It's still a Rolls Royce. You've got to wind it back. So the quality's still in there, but there's problems to get over.
The oyster veneer on this 300-year-old George I oak chest on chest gets its name from the almost circular end cuts of yew, carefully lined up to create an intriguing decorative effect. It is in need of a great deal of sympathetic restoration, but once complete, it could be worth up to £9,000.
So how much is it really? Forget the auction house estimates, they just want to get you through the door.
What I'll do really, I'll do it for form. As you'll know, the feet are changed on it as well, the bun feet.
Yeah.
The original feet would have rotted away.
So yeah, it's had the handles changed as well.
Oh yeah, you can see, I mean, you can see the
past.
original handle fittings that were in there.
You haven't even bothered to put on your sketching straight.
No, I know. But it's a really good thing. Underneath there, it's a nice thing. Nick's saying, well, it's got to be 4,000 or it's not worth selling. OK, my thing was, as soon as I saw it, I thought 3.2. I don't know why, I just went 3.2. That's what I think that is worth in that current state. Because I'm going to spend a quite staggering 3,000 quid on restoration on that to do it properly. It's got
badly done repairs, the escutcheons are wrong, some of the draw linings are wrong, numerous other tiny things all over it, handles change and things like that. Lots and lots of problems. It's got to be right. So what do I do? Is it worth throwing out a bid to Nick? Yeah. Just to give myself the sort of satisfaction that I go, I tried with it, couldn't get there on the money, walk away, and I'll forget about it. Otherwise, it's going to haunt me. And I can't have that. It'll drive me crazy. This old thing, acres of problems, but it's still attractive.
That's what my wife says to me, actually.
Yeah. 3,000.
Can't do it. I can't.
I know. We've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you, I can tell you what the absolute bottom line would be for me, would be 4. I'm not going to learn that.
Can we meet in the middle at 3.5?
I can't.
Really?
No, I can't.
Drew and T have gained exclusive access to a dealer's home in Oxfordshire.
Ah, so what's the deal in here? Is anything for sale?
Everything's for sale.
Drew is pushing for a deal on a set of 300-year-old drawers in need of £3,000 worth of repairs.
I can tell you what the absolute bottom line would be for me, would be 4. I'm not going to learn that.
Can we meet in the middle at 3.5?
I can't.
Really?
No, I can't. I've got to be hard about it. I mean, I'm losing money on it already.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I pay 5 for it.
Jesus, really?
But I take the hit because I want to get the money back out of it to go and buy some other things, you know.
Can't pay 4.
I do 3,750 and that's absolutely the end.
God. You know the biggest pain in the backside with it is the holes in the front where they've drilled the handles. That's a real...
Because you've got to put new veneer on in place.
We've got to find something that's going to hide it, a lot of it, you know.
Yeah.
There's 28 holes in there to fill. And the escutcheons, and the handles to do, and the finish, and then all the bits and bobs underneath it. 3,600 quid sold.
It's a bit of pill, but yeah. All right.
I understand, and I feel for you. I'm sorry.
You've got to learn, haven't you? I'm looking at it. I've got the money back in. I go off and buy a couple of other pieces, learn from it, and make sure, you know, get the right stuff next time, you know?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're about to learn as well that when we bought a chest of drawers off you, you're about to have a big pile of things with no chest of drawers to go in them.
That was in my head when I was selling it, thinking, there's all the bloody pots of paint in the bottom of it. Why don't we put all that stuff now? Yeah.
OK. All right, great.
Perfect.
Tell you what, can we have a look in these containers and sheds and all the rest of it as well?
Let's go do those ones, yeah.
Yeah? Come on in. Let's do
Perfect.
it.
All right.
I've come up £400 from where I wanted to be. Nick's come down £400 from where he wanted to be. A little bit of pain is felt by both of us. Nick is doing the right thing. He's learnt a hell of a lot from it. He bought a very nice thing in the first place, so his eye's right. Everything about it is right, apart from the finite details, and that's what I've got to do to it now. I've got to get it back to there. I can see it done. I know what it's going to look like, and it's going to look amazing. So thanks to Nick for doing a deal with me. OK, so storage unit, yeah?
Yeah.
Which one's
This is
yours?
the storage unit, this one here.
Do you?
Thank you. Pretty thin in here at the moment, you know. We've got
So,
loads
yeah,
of stuff.
what have you done with all your stock?
I put a load through auction.
Yeah.
I think it's quite interesting. I think as I've gone through it, I'd realised I've been building stuff up for about 2 years, and I looked at it and thought, this just isn't where I am now. And so I just decided to just get rid of a whole load of stuff and then buy new pieces after that.
We're now in Nick's business unit, and we're having a good look around, but he's in transition. He's moving out from here. He's just shoved a load of stuff into auction. Damn, missed it. But there's still bits. There's still stuff that we could be interested in.
So that's Martin Luther.
Of Lutheran.
Lutheran, yeah.
Lutheran. It's covered in stuff. That's a diminutive little thing.
And weird writing on the base.
Yeah, what's all that about?
I don't know. It was there. I don't know what it means.
That's very strange. What's it about? It's like as if somebody's been cheating at maths.
Yeah.
Nail a bit of paper to a door. What that means.
Oh, dear. Yeah, he's all right, isn't he? He's OK. Bit chipped, bit marked, bit vandalised.
Secret little code there, probably is.
Yeah, what is that?
It's the direction. It's the direction to all of his inheritance.
That's somebody's PIN number.
Not mine.
And there's this little bust that catches my eye. It's sort of biscuity coloured. I think it's earthenware, actually. And it's just nice. It's just a really good little piece. It's just interesting and fun. There's a load of numbers written underneath it, and they've been very purposeful. They've been done by different people. They all line up. They're different colours, different pen, different hand. Why have they done? I don't understand. We're never going to know. I'm not going to work it out. I'm no mathematician. Somebody might work it out one day, but I doubt it.
The 15th century German theologian and religious reformer, who was the catalyst for the Protestant Reformation across Europe. An intriguing piece made in terracotta with the German word geschützt, or protected, written into the back. It could be worth up to £200.
How much is he?
40 quid to you.
Really sold. Thank you very much. Couldn't say sold fast enough there.
The price will go up now. Yeah.
It's just this thing, you know. I bought a real couple of ugly old buggers, and they just sell.
Yeah.
And the more odd looking, the better. But that one, the whole Lutheran thing, will probably sell him. But I actually really like the colour, that biscuit colour.
Yeah. I think you're going to get a lot of people trying to work out what the numbers mean as well on the bottom of it, you know.
Yeah, it's very odd. Weirdest thing. I love those little male busts. That one at £40, I'll take it. So we've gone from spending nearly £4 to 40 quid, and all the buys have to be the same, whether it's thousands or hundreds or tens. You still have to get it right every single time. So yes, there's a profit in that. And it has to be something that I like. That's all. That's all it's got to be. My day with Nick was good. He's new to the business, but he's brave and he's really interested and he's keen to learn. He takes chances. All the things you've got to be. You've got to just, you know, have a go. You've got to jump in with both feet. Buy of the day clearly is the wonderful chest on chest. It's an exciting project. We will get it as correct as it possibly can be, but with retaining all the patination and the age and the wear and the passage of time on this thing.
The big sell today is the chest on chest. It was a bit painful, but I think the way I've got to look at it is I'd rather have the money back into what I'm doing to be able to go off and buy other pieces than to sit on something for a long period of time. And it is tough, but you've just got to take it on the chin and, you know, accept it and move on. Learn from it is the most important part.
OK, well, that was interesting.
Yes, the chest.
Yeah. I can only pay for something what it's worth to me. The fact that he made a loss on it is unfortunate, but he knows he paid too much. I feel a bit bad, but that's business, you know, and it's just, you know, he could always have said no. That's the reality, but as he said to me, he said, I want to spin the money into something else. So then we bought the little bust, which I like. Interesting thing, an interesting day. Nice guy, and he's in the middle of doing huge changes with his business, isn't he?
Yes.
Massive changes. So good luck to him.
Getting access to dealers' private collections has proven extremely successful for Drew, and he has no doubt what the standout item was.
Buy of the week got to be the oyster veneer chest on chest. Originally applied oyster veneer as well. It was in the workshop for a very, very long time. But we got it right, and we've sold it. And it is now just about arriving in California.